Cricket is dying. This is all what the experts say. Is it really dying or is it just old heads doing banter? The short answer is yes, but it's a lot more complicated than you think. Test cricket has been dying, but T20 is booming. So is cricket really dying? Depends on your understanding of cricket. You see, ever since the inception of the IPL, the T20 format has taken the cricketing world by storm. Its fast paced nature has attracted a whole new audience, even those who were not traditional cricket enthusiasts. With sports like basketball and football only lasting 2 to 3 hours, cricket wanted to offer a similar experience, and it has worked wonders for the game. The new breed of cricket fans craves a thrilling, time bound format that allows them to follow a team and enjoy the game within their limited attention span. And that's where T20 comes into play. Matches that start and end within the span of a few hours. But does this mean that traditional Test cricket is being left behind? Well, not necessarily. Test cricket holds a special place for those who truly appreciate the intricacies of the game. Revitalizing Test cricket, although, requires dedicated efforts as it's a project in itself. The rise of T20 cricket has influenced Test selection in certain cases. For instance, we have seen players like Ajinkya Rahane making comebacks based on their performances in IPL. This trend has sparked debates about the selection process and the influence of T20 on Test cricket. It's important to strike a balance. When we appreciate the comeback stories, the cricketing bodies must ensure fairness and avoid turning the game into a purely commercial venture. We need to remember that cricket boards are not charity organizations. One format that's feeling the heat is ODI cricket. Its younger sibling T20s keep gaining fans at lightning speed, while Test cricket remains the darling of the traditional cricket community. ODI cricket, well, it needs to up its game. Hey ODI cricket, listen up. We've got to talk about this middle overs. They've been, well, let's be honest, a bit boring. We've tried everything to spice things up. New rules, power plays, and even crazy high scores. But everyone's getting tired of it. We need to reinvent ourselves before it's too late. On the brighter side, T20 cricket, my friend, you're crushing it. Spreading yourself all over the calendar from the Big Bash League to the Pakistan Super League and more. But let's not carry it away. Are you sure you're not sucking up all the oxygen? Let's keep things balanced, alright? And Test cricket, dear sir, we salute you. Keep doing what you do best. Virat Kohli's passion, breathtaking performances by the likes of Basball, and dreamy spells by Pat Cummins give us the hope for the future. But overall, there's been a downfall of Test cricket. Between 2000 to 2009, a total of 464 Tests were played by the 10 Test playing nations, while the following decade there were 30 Tests fewer despite the addition of two new Test nations, Ireland and Afghanistan. England, India, and Australia played roughly the same number of tests over the 2 decades but increasingly dominated the international fixtures. A staggering 62% of all tests played over the past decade involved at least one of the big three. Moreover, 17% of all matches, about 1 in 6, involved two of those sides playing each other. But look at South Africa, who played 18 tests fewer over the decade compared to the one before. That equates to roughly 2 tests less each year. And the once mighty West Indies are down by 25 tests over the 2 decades. Zimbabwe has essentially become a non-entity when it comes to Test cricket, going years at a time without playing a game. And while New Zealand, Sri Lanka, and Pakistan have more or less held their own, they're still playing much less Test cricket than the big three. However, we shouldn't be complacent. We must strive to make Test cricket healthier by implementing good rules, establishing a solid structure for international games, and promoting the format effectively. It's crucial that we nurture and improve Test cricket in countries like Bangladesh, Afghanistan, Ireland, and other associate nations. Despite the differences between T20 and Test cricket, they can coexist successfully. T20 has brought immense attraction to the game, drawing in new fans and players from various backgrounds. It has even influenced Test cricket, with players adopting an aggressive approach at times. I truly believe that both formats have a place in the future of cricket. Embrace the changes while preserving the essence of the game. Let's continue to support and enjoy cricket in all its forms.